It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. When I stop chasing the industry, that's when all of my doors open. I got suppressors with the beam, now I'm fully focused. I spread the money with my team and do the promotion. And I don't need the looks, I can do this blindfolded. I get told I'm my controller better than everyone. I exclude nobody, you play with me, that's a burial. I'm in tune like stereo, raise stakes for the views like Ariel, nah. Hey, little bitch, I'm from the south side. Get your mouth wide like, yeah. When them boys draw heaters, blood on your clean slate. Niggas breaking down a brick and push it through the freeway, then bring it to your breeze where they sell it like it's cheesecake. We stay round the corner from the discount mall. I'm 5'4", they respect me like I'm 10 feet tall. Like Ken Nugent, all it takes is a call. Put your face in the story, the next week it be gone, and I continue to ball. But I came up bumping that drought 3, flow hotter than South Beach. Lot of rappers say they thuggin', we pull up that Crown V, disregarding my bad knees. Big heaters make them stop in they tracks like Mr. Freeze. I got the full recipe for success. Keep garlic, run a gauntlet with the crew, stay rockin' like good Charlotte. These rappers be transforming, I'm fresher than Mantronics. Got 5 of the same shirt, that's blood on my fresh garments. I ain't rapping for the likes, we could battle for your life. You hit the set and you can check, like we tapping on the mic, it's just respect. I ain't bragging for the rights, I show the bait. If niggas bite, we hit the street like a union going on strike. Rap semi-automatic, got dramatic, let them fry like Pan's Labyrinth. Boy, I got that sauce like Mandarin. I done came with more flavors than tamarind. Shed light like the ambulance. Allen now when I handle it. Mike Vick, niggas scrambling. Young Tabby, boy, I stay in the pocket. Preach health and push wealth like I study for doctorates. Well connected like I rep for the consulate. I'm the consummate professional, and every goal I set it and conquered it. What's going on, good, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Monday. Another week, another set of BS stories that we gotta talk about like we really give a fuck. It's getting old, fam. It is getting extremely old. Let me readjust my camera here. Look like I'm drowning. All right. So, oh man. So we've been having this ongoing back and forth between the DJ that don't spin and the Ebro Lauren Rosenberg show, right? We've also had this ongoing issue between Drake and Ebro, of course, because Ebro came out and called Drake a sickness, right? Called him an illness, called him like a cancer to the culture of hip hop, or Drake as a institution, Drake as what he symbolizes has been hurtful to the hip hop community, right? So now we have the DJ that don't spin coming out and basically disclosing a so-called private conversation that he had with Drake concerning Rosenberg, Ebro. They don't really talk about Laura Styles all that much. She's basically just a spectator, which is good because they have no reason to attack her. She don't bother nobody. But I find it very interesting that Drake is allegedly having these conversations with the DJ that don't spin when these niggas ain't never met in real life. Now, I don't doubt that there may be some conversations happening. Cardi B has disappointed me by having private conversations with this guy and even calling in while he was on live at one point around the time the album came out. I was disappointed, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, that's where we are. So y'all know sometimes on the ELR show, they do virtual episodes. Sometimes they'll do in studio, and their in studio episodes look really good. And then on other days, they'll have the virtual call-ins where they're remote. You know, they're in their offices or wherever they happen to be. We saw one episode, Laura Styles was literally on the motherfucking train. You know what I'm saying? And called in. So we know what happens. We've seen this on other shows. This ain't the first time. But anytime that their show happens to look a little different, they get attacked, right? There was the story not too long ago of when Ebro said, now that they have this new show, they're no longer with Hot 97. It's a little bit more complicated for them to get artists to do the show. Maybe they don't believe in it. Maybe they, they feel like it's not established enough under this new mantle, and they're just waiting to see the growth or the longevity in it. I don't know. But when they stated that, there was a certain amount of people on the internet that pounced upon that story, gloated, laughed at them, etc. You know what I mean? Which I find to be very interesting because I don't see any lack of interviews happening for Ebro. You know what I'm saying? Like, notable albums come out. A lot of people go on fucking Apple Music. I'm sure some of those interviews and conversations will be funneled over to his other entity at some point. You know what I mean? So, trying to shit on somebody in the first few months of their newly established show that they're taking on the road, I don't really see the point in it. But again, when people have beefs or they have little grudges that they're holding over you forever, I guess that becomes a casualty of war, right? But again, the DJ that don't spin, I don't give a fuck about. But Drake, on the other hand, having time on his hands to talk to this nigga and gossip with him about how their show looks is interesting to me. The guy who's supposed to be putting out an album with no date, a guy who's trying to put out an album and can't figure out the motherfucking songs, a guy who's trying to put out an album taking advice from people like the DJ that don't spin, allegedly, and fucking Ben the Don telling him we need more raps. As if there's somebody in that nigga camp that could give him the level of raps that he would need to satiate anybody's hunger. Give me a fucking break. Let's go ahead and get into this shit, man.
Yo, this is crazy. No, Drake got jokes. He says the kitchen is in the living room and the office. Oh, nah, he got it. Nah, Drake got it. Nah, he says the kitchen is in the living room and the office. Oh, nah.
Okay, first of all,
nah.
That is.
All right, so that's the big grandiose joke. Okay, as you can see the clip of Rosenberg here on his mic from home or wherever he was. Drake allegedly says that his setup is in the kitchen, in the living room, in the office. Okay? So basically saying, in so many words, this motherfucker, Peter Rosenberg, is broke. What the hell type of establishment is he living in? What type of ship is he running over there? And of course, there's also the narrative that they're running short on money, because I think they've also talked about how Hot 97 is withholding their last paycheck, which is also egregious for a corporate company, for people who put their fucking blood, sweat, and tears, time in early in the fucking morning for them for over a decade. Ebro worked for them for what, damn near 20 years? Rosenberg worked for their ass for damn near 15. Laura Styles put in at least a decade over there, and y'all don't want to pay them their last check? What the fuck going on with y'all? So it's a lot of bullshit afoot going on in the content game right now. I don't understand what the hell is going on, but I'm so glad that I'm able to run my own ship. I am grateful.
It's actually funny, okay? Because, yes, if you pull that one video from that day when I was moving, I was literally in my kitchen with the fridge behind me, and that is where the living room is. It is a New York apartment, so that is not wrong. But that's not the funniest part of the video. Yo, the level of open giddiness that this guy Akademiks has to be friends with Drake. Yo, my man, Drake, you got it. Yo, his level of
ridiculous.
The validation that this guy feels because Drake reaches out.
Yeah.
Oh man, let's keep going.
Drake got jokes. Drake got jokes. Rosen do him. I peeped that.
You leave it up to this motherfucker. Drake should be doing stand-up comedy right now. Iceman should be a motherfucking Netflix special.
He said, "Act, I'm watching." The nigga got the fridge. The fridge right there. He's in his office. office, but I see the fridge. And that he's in the living room the same time. It's a 3-in-1. It's a studio. It's a studio.
It's a studio, yes.
It's a
living in
studio, y'all.
4-bedroom apartment.
It's a studio, all in one. Not.
Listen.
This is so ridiculous. All of it. It just reminds me of like high school. I can't. That's why I don't get involved.
Laura
like,
be
you
talking
guys,
some sense.
You guys do what you want to do.
Well, listen, I want to personally invite Akademiks and Drake to be guests on Validate Me, which is launching this May, because these are both guys who are constantly trying to like scratch the itch and feel like they're enough. Like it never ends with Akademiks. He's always, and the truth is, there's another video where Akademiks talked about, us apologizing. Ebro and I should apologize to him because we said he wasn't ish and blah, blah, blah. I really do feel that some of the criticism we gave him led to him being like some of the validation issues that he has. The one thing that he always mistakes about it, though, he always makes it, we talked trash about the medium of YouTube. Like, we were like, no, we're on the real microphones. You're not. That was never the content of the criticism. It was specifically about the kind of content that he was making and not having respect for the kind of work that he was doing. It was never a looking down our nose from...
I don't think people realize we've always been on YouTube.
Yeah, no, why would we have been anti-YouTube? That doesn't even make sense.
Who cares?
But I will say this. Drake hitting up Akademiks to laugh at me is so rich, given, like, Drake's probably forgotten because Drake probably has known a lot of people over the years, and so have I. But, like, I remember my relationship with Drake very well.
So does he.
I don't know that he remembers how cool we were.
Nah, dog. You giving him way too much credit to think that motherfucker don't remember. That's the thing. He wishes y'all still was cool. But he's at a place now where he is, in his eyes and in the eyes of his fans, he's beyond hip hop. I mean, literally, his fucking manager just said it a few days ago in a courtroom testifying on behalf of Ticketmaster. He believes he's beyond hip hop. So people like yourself, you know what I'm saying, that criticize him, hold him to the fire, actually hold a standard over what it is that he puts out, he resents those people. And by proxy, he resents you because y'all were cool. Once upon a time, Hot 97 was exactly where he wanted to go. He wanted nothing other than to be on Hot 97. Look at that fucking Funk Flex freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rosenberg he's not the coolest motherfucker in the world. But once upon a time, when that whole World Emcee shit with him and Cypher Sounds was like actually popping and they was able to get people like Kanye on there, like, it was moving. It was a destination that hip hop artists actually wanted to go because it felt like they were dealing with people that at least knew what was going on in hip hop and had some sort of historical background of like where this shit comes from, where it's at the time, and where it's going, right? Like, all of this stuff predates a lot of the activity that's going on today, a lot of the vlogger era, before everybody decided to become a podcaster, before everybody, people like myself, before we were able to just jump online and try to share our expertise or what have you. There were certain destinations that artists used to have to check off the box in order to even be in the conversation. And Drake remembers those days. Drake is not he's not so big that he forgot. That's why he's so critical of you today. That's why he gives a fuck. Because let's be real, in 2026, Peter Rosenberg as a singular entity is not important. And that's not a shot at Rosenberg. But he's not somebody as an individual to be looking at. He's not somebody that Drake, who portrays himself to be so high above everything and everybody. You know, if you listen to people that claim to be close with him talk about Drake, he's never worried. He's never feeling some type of way. He's never bothered. He's the unbothered king. But then every album, if you listen close enough, you'll hear all the shots he's taking at numerous people, although he's unbothered, although he doesn't give a fuck about none of it. It's a fucking facade. That nigga is the most emotional orange, shout out to Remick, out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, homeboy is really like, he's yearning to still be loved. And he'll act out and it's like the boy who burnt down the village just to feel its warmth. That's what we're dealing with here. He knows that lawsuit put him in unprecedented territory that he can't recover from. And instead of just coming out and taking accountability for his wrongs or mistakes or where he's misstepped, he has to keep up this image of who he is because his homeboys look at him to be the core. They look at him to be the strong one. They look at him to be the leader of the OVO, like, we're above all this shit. We do what we want. We the kings out this bitch. Though nobody actually bows down to them. It's the craziest fucking thing.
I don't know that he remembers the conversations. Like, I have memories of the conversations. You can hit up Akademiks or whichever new, internet personalities that come along that he always befriends. Because again, trying to fill that void. He's always befriending the next one so they can fluff him up. Always some next 19-year-old vlogger who he can be buddies with. I understand that. But that's not going to erase the Drake calling me and nearly in tears because I didn't like the God's Plan video. Literally screaming at the top of his lungs, nearly in tears, like, my mom called me. Why, blah, blah, blah. Scream. I was like,
God's Plan wasn't that long ago, my nigga. God's Plan. That man was in his mid-30s by then, wasn't he? Shit. Early 30s. Yeah, at least about 32, 33. God's Plan. That's 2018, 2019 era. And you called Rosenberg of all people and you screamed on him and cried and what? Come on, man. Come on, man. Because he ain't like your video.
Screaming at the top of his lungs, nearly in tears, like, my mom called me. Why, blah, blah, blah. Scream. I was like, to the point where, like, I held up the phone and looked at my ex-wife like, I don't know what is going on. This man is screaming at me on the phone about my criticism of the God's Plan video.
And that's the video that I said I like because I was
That nigga treated Rosenberg like his mom when she didn't get him that sandwich, huh? Oh, I get it. You was calling one of your own. Let me call up the Jewish homie. Hey man, what's wrong with you, boy? You off cold right now. Somebody gotta hold me down. You see how niggas running my name out here? Because of course at the time you still had Triple X on his motherfucking helmet. You see how niggas is doing me out here? I need somebody. I need an ally. Which I still don't understand because by then Rosenberg had already pissed him off. Rosenberg had already pissed off Nicki Minaj, damn near pissed off the whole Young Money. So what would make you ever think that you were supposed to have a friend in him when y'all had been shitting on him for years anyway? Rosenberg of all people.
defending Drake at that point.
And by the way, and in retrospect, I did think I was a little harsh about it, but I thought my criticism was fair. I thought it was corny. But that was also years into our relationship. We had many years where it was like, we were very, very friendly. But the one thing, because Akademiks has a lot of money, there's no question about it. And, you can see I'm living in just a sad, sad little studio there.
In the kitchen.
I'm living in the kitchen. It's gone bad for me. But Akademiks has a lot of money. Drake has a lot of money. but I have something that neither of them have, and that is called real friends. Neither of those people have friends. If Drake had real friends, the whole battle never would have happened the way it happened, and the lawsuit wouldn't have happened, and all of these terrible decisions that the whole world had their head in their hands about wouldn't have happened.
Gotcha.
Because real friends, not people on, not staff, not people who live because of you, would have said, my man, don't do that. And Akademiks, we know, doesn't have friends because look how my man dresses every time he goes on camera.
Peter. Peter.
Yeah, big facts. Big motherfucking
Come on,
facts,
stop.
man.
I know he offered to pay our paycheck. My man, pay a stylist. What is the jersey? What is the jersey? And the whole Rosenberg
Probably made by
thing.
Akademiks.
Yo, bro, you have to come up with insults that might actually like offend me. You can't make something. You know how Ebro always says they say the thing that's true about them? Like, Ak, we know what your life was. You have to understand, my life isn't in comments. I live in the real world. I have been this person since I was in high school. I have been outside my whole life. You can call me dweeb all you want. You are talking about yourself. And I would love for you to come on Validate Me, and I'm dead serious about that.
A 30-plus nigga in 2026 calling anybody a dweeb or even alluding to the word dweeb just shows you the arrested development a motherfucker been living in. Because dweeb, nigga, boy, dweeb, that nigga stuck on goddamn Nickelodeon fucking Doug. Dweeb? Come on.
Let's have a conversation about why you don't think you're enough. My man Akademiks makes probably $30 million a year.
Dang.
He really might. He probably makes a couple million a month streaming. Yeah, for sure. Right? Like that's my guess. My man,
I would hope so.
you're making millions and millions of dollars. Yes, we said we didn't like your content. So what? Like, you're doing your thing. If you're proud of what you do and you're doing as well as you say you are, and I think you are. I'm not one of these people who says he's streaming in his basement and has no money. No, Ak does well. He does very, very well. Well enough to pay a stylist. My man, it looks like you walked out of the back of the Source. Like, is that it? I know your name's Akademiks. Do you have to wear Akademiks? Well, what? My man, yo, you are the worst dressed man in media, and I am a 46-year-old white dad, and I am stunning on you fashion-wise. And by the way, Drake, you too.
Peter!
No, am I wrong again?
I hate the way that you
Drake,
dress.
you got a plane.
Damn.
And you can't put together an outfit. My man, you can't put together one outfit with nearly $1 billion?
Anyway, can we move on? It's enough. It's enough.
Laura said, I said I wasn't going to go long, and then I kept going longer.
I'm like, all right.
But I may take Ak up on giving us the last paycheck if he can get that handled. I don't care if it comes from Media Co. or DJ Akademiks LLC. I'll take it.
I just think the funniest thing about the internet, right? Because that video is like from January, I think, right? From Jan, because we got into our studio we finished building
No.
studio.
This last one that he showed,
yeah,
that was the move. That was my move day a couple weeks ago. Ebro was on the road.
No, not this one. The one that was moving around over the
from
weekend.
last week about
Yes, when we were saying, hey, they owe us money.
That was mad old.
Yeah, that's from like January, I think. And people thought it was like recent. But, you know, I laugh because people are like, wow, is this really happening? I'm like, yes. The only reason we haven't been able to really go into detail is because we're in the middle
the whole thing
of a legal battle. And we have our union lawyers telling us,
but
just
don't worry,
chill for now.
But guess what? I have my arbitration date.
Yeah, you do.
Do you have yours yet?
Yeah. I told you I did.
You have your date. Your date's ahead of ours, right?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
So we have our dates.
Whatever.
So I know that part came out last week. That guy, he watches our show every day. Why is he pulling stuff that's so old? You got to pull the new stuff, my guy.
That's because he's out here looking for a competitive advantage. He's looking for a way to make himself look better. He's looking for a way to make himself look valuable in the space where his influence is not what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? The landscape is changing. As much as people try to say things about the charts and who's on it and who's not and who's hot and who's not, the idea of hip hop, and I say the idea deliberately, the idea of hip hop that he represents and perpetuates is becoming less and less valid by the day. all the artists that he championed 4 or 5 years ago, said was gonna be the niggas, said was gonna take over this shit, said was gonna be the faces that move everybody else out the way. None of them have turned out to be anything. And all of them hate his ass. He may get a text here and there from Playboy Cardi. He may get a text here and there from, one of those other guys. But they don't fuck with him. They use him for the numbers. They use him to get a message out just like Drake clearly does whenever he wants to say something but don't want to say it himself. Crazy how that man is so outspoken on his Instagram stories, his fucking his selfies. He stays with a Zoolander duck lip photo every couple weeks. Every couple weeks he'll put an actual post out with some messages leading up to a message that still won't lead up to an album. But he'll never come out and stand on anything for himself. He got to send flunkies to come get his words out for him. A nigga that done been in hip hop how many years now? Or let me not say that, in the music industry. How many years now? Supposedly been one of the top artists and afraid to say his own shit. There's another video circulating right now of Maul talking about how him and Drake laughed so hard at Not Like Us, the other vaginal option bar. But you got somebody else out here slinging your narrative instead of you saying it yourself. Why you couldn't stand on that? Why you didn't put that bar in the Heart Part 6? But you was sniffling and sniving, trying to figure out how to get to the facts, right? These niggas corny as shit, man. Yeah, it's good exercise. It feels good to get the pen working. Bitch, your pen ain't been working for how long? Get the fuck out of here. All right, man. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Become an Insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 cent bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your health care. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built. I had to